This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com.
Now, this year has been a great year for games, I think, particularly games that have caught my attention. A lot of them I didn't even know about that have tend to kind of found their way into my best games of all time. Now, recently I've gone to GenCon, and I discovered a game that everybody was talking about, and of course you couldn't get it retail, and I decided to take a look at it and see what it's really about. Well, I was fortunate enough to get my hands on a copy of Too Many Bones. Now, if you guys have seen, I've already done 2 playthroughs where I explain the rules. I work on a lot of the rules, but I haven't given it an official review as far as giving you my thoughts on this game. Now, some of you may have seen my top 50 and thought, wow, okay, it made it all the way up in the top 10, so obviously I must like it. I have to tell you, yeah, it made it into my top 10, and I think this right here could easily be my game of the year. I really enjoyed this game, and if you guys know me, you know I don't really rate anything higher than a 4, but let's talk a little bit about the game before we give it a final rating. This game, I think the components are off the chart. I think the gameplay is unbelievable. Having the individual characters where you can develop, and you really have to learn that character, and it takes a while to kind of really get a good feel for that particular character depending on who you want to play. There are easier characters and there are very complicated characters. All I have to say is that I found myself intrigued, especially since I was playing this alone. And I don't play a lot of games alone. I usually get somebody involved to play with me. And I found that I really enjoyed playing this alone because of the way the system worked. I loved how the villains worked. I loved the whole combat system, how it's on a separate mat. The quality with the mouse pads for the characters, I thought was just ridiculous. The heavy poker chips for the villains were just quality beyond quality. And the dice that actually you move around and you have to control on your character and try to purchase and upgrade those dice, which will give you more abilities and things to do, and how they count everything together. This game is ingenious. Chip Theory Games really it has done something very, very special. I am very big on Academy games, but I'm finding that this Chip Theory Games, as I learn more about them, whatever they come out with, I'm going to support and try to get my hands on, because I was so blown away by this game. The gameplay, smooth. It is a learning curve, and that's the only little drawback, that if I had to take something out of this, is that if you are somebody that has trouble processing things, or you know, don't like very deep and heavy games, this may not be for you. But if you want to invest the time and take and work at it and play at it and keep going. I made a ton of mistakes, and I still had a tremendous time playing this game. I honestly think this is one of the best games I've played in a very long time. So what am I going to rate it? Well, there's only one thing I could rate it, and that's 4.5 out of 5. The only reason it doesn't get a 5 out of 5 is because I just don't think it's for everybody. I think it's very deep. I think there is a big learning curve, and that might detract some people. But if all in all I had to say anything about this, this is probably one of my favorite games this year. And I still have quite a pile to go through, but I really enjoyed this, and I can't wait to get it to the table again. So there you go. Too Many Bones. Guys, if you have a chance to go to Chip Theory Games and get it, or back the next Kickstarter that they have coming, I suggest you do it. This is a masterpiece. I just hope they make some more expansions for it, more villains, more everything for it. I really enjoy this. Until next time, I'm Rob Warren. We'll see you soon.